Welcome to the third in this series of videos. This is the third one because I found a way to limit the Epic Games Store or any application using PowerShell, which will prevent it from taking over your internet bandwidth. Now, this has been my most popular video recently because I think a lot of people have got Grand Theft Auto free from Epic Games Store and they don't want it clogging up the rest of their computer while it's downloading a 100 gig game. And so what I've done is I've done some research and devised a much better way to manage the limits on this. And as you can see, it's here on the screen on this notepad. It's using something called New-NetQosPolicy. This is a group policy and this is a way to manage it through PowerShell. Now, to do this, what you want to do is open this up in Windows, type search and type PowerShell, and you want to select this option here which says run as administrator. You have to have administrator rights to do this, and I take no responsibility for anything you do to your computer while you're running an administrator PowerShell console. That's on you. You'll get asked permission, and then here. Now, I've made this one here, which will be in link down below, and you can copy it from there, and there are no quotation marks, so you should be able to paste it straight into PowerShell, but I would advise putting it in a notepad. And here is how you remove it afterwards. We're going to be making a little policy which you can look up on your group policy called EpicGamesLimits. This is for the Epic Games Launcher, and it's going to limit it to 1,500,000 bits, 500,000 bits, which is 1.5 megabytes per second. Okay, so it's going to be bits per second. Now, I would actually say if we want to actually change that to I'm going to say 8. So that will then, it'll throttle it to bits per second, and that's 8 million, which is approximately 1 megabyte. Do you see where we're going with this? So if we made this 16, that would be 2 megabytes. 16 million bits per second is 2 megabytes per second, because there are 8 bits in a byte. So you've got to times it by 8 to get the megabits per second. So for me, I want to limit it to 1.5. So I'm going to put 12 in here, which is going to limit it to 1.5 megabits, megabytes per second, because this is 12 megabits per second. And if you divide 12 by 8, you get 1.5. I hope that's clear. Okay, so we can copy this, unless you want to type it out and be all old school, and paste it into the PowerShell window. As you can see, we're making a new policy. We're giving it this name. We're applying this condition to this executable. It's an IP match correlation, both all network profiles, so any network adapters you have, and it's going to be it's bidirectional in both directions. And we push enter. And there we go. It is now limited to 12 megabits per second. And what we can do is we can quickly test that. Oh yes, we definitely can. Not currently though, because I don't have it open, but Epic Games Launcher. Let's get Task Manager open. Yay, that's a friend. Let's have a look at my library. Oh look, we have an update for Dauntless, which I play. Updating. Now let's check the Task Manager, and immediately we can see that it's not working. Oh, yes it is. Although it started off high, as you can see, Windows is throttling it, and as you can see, the download rate is being throttled to an average of 12. It is bouncing up and down all over the place, but after an initial breakout outside of the barrier, it does appear to be holding it in check. I can't remember. The download thing in this looks amazing. If we go onto it, it shows you. So megabytes per second, it's trying to go for 1.5, remember. on the download. So although it gets up there, it keeps getting clawed back down, which is great. I know, look, if you're trying to download something as quick as possible, this is not for you. This is about trying to prevent an application from consuming your entire bandwidth, okay? This is about managing an application, not preventing it from doing something. And this is a free way of doing it, which is essentially just making a little policy and not paying for somebody to put a GUID on the end of this. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And good luck with the Epic Games Launcher is all I can say.